Hi, welcome to the Italian Buddhist. I'm Bhodi Daishin, and this is kind of a urban Buddhism. And what is urban Buddhism? That maybe it's a little bit more contemporary and a little bit more city-oriented. That's the only way I could put it. Today, I wanted to talk about compassion, and we talk about compassion all the time in Buddhism, in every sect of Buddhism, and from Zen Buddhism to Pure Land to Kadampa to Tibetan and so forth. Why do we talk about compassion? You know, when I was growing up in Buffalo, New York, compassion, it seemed, was reserved for the clergy and maybe your grandmother. And that's not the case. And to be an urban Buddhist, to be a commando Buddhist, to be a Buddhist that grabs things by the horns and gets it going, and gets it involved in your life and in other people's lives and in the world around you, compassion has to be a factor to be to feel truly what the Buddha talked about in the Heart Sutra and in so much of his teachings. Compassion, putting others before yourself. Buddhists didn't invent compassion, didn't invent loving kindness, wishing peacefulness and may all beings be peaceful and happy. May all beings be healthy and strong. May all beings be safe and protected, free from all inner and outer harm. May all beings experience ease of well-being and equanimity, free from attachment, anger, and bias. To say these things, these aren't just words. It works to the very core of who we are. Why is it a moral thing? It's not so much a moral thing as it is right. It's right to do. It makes sense. It's scientific. 1 + 1 will always equal 2. 1 + 1 will always equal 2. Giving to your fellow man will always equal good. It's good to do. Give to your fellow man. We're not heroes for giving. We're supposed to give. That's the deal. Buddhism teaches me to not be a victim. I'm not a victim. I'm responsible. My actions, karma, exists. In the way that I could explain karma very simply is think about yourself how you were 10 years ago. 10 years ago. Were you 10 years ago who you are now? No. No, you're not. So all my virtuous actions, all my non-virtuous actions, all the positive things I did, all the negative things I did, everything I did over the past 10 years led me to who I am now. Karma, cause and effect. And 5 years from now, I suspect that I will not be the same Bhodi Daishin 5 years from now that I am right now. And one true thing exists through all of that: compassion. Compassion. With the onset of the tsunami that happened in Japan, it shouldn't take a tsunami for me, for this thick-headed Italian in Buffalo, New York, to realize, oh my gosh, something tragic happened, so I should be compassionate. No, compassion. And compassion, as I said before, isn't just reserved for your Aunt Lucy. Compassion isn't a sign of weakness. It's a sign of strength. Compassion is strength. Compassion for your fellow man. Compassion for all living things. Just because we're human beings, somewhere along the line, it seems that someone sold us on this bill of goods that because we're human beings, we have dominion over the earth. That we are more entitled to this planet, to this globe, than other living beings that are 2-footed or 4-footed or 6-footed or whatever, or have fins and things like that and wings. No. We don't have more of a right. So compassion isn't just extended to my fellow man, and compassion isn't just extended to victims of tsunami in Japan. Compassion is extended to all living things. All living things. And if I could get out of myself by being still, pause, breathe. Concentrate on the breath. There's a reason why we talk about concentrating on the breath. We concentrate on the breath because that is what joins us from our past and our future. The breath is really the only thing that is current. It's present. Every second, I'm changed. I'm reborn. I'm different. Every second, even physically, from a physical standpoint. You know, someone said if you're not busy being born, you're busy dying. Maybe that's true. I don't know if that seems more like a pessimistic approach. As long as I'm here, as long as I'm being born, constantly being born, then I have a path that I must walk on that should have, for me, one intention. That intention is to, very simply, my actions, every action, not just a couple, every single thing that I do, hopefully, can directly or indirectly benefit all living beings. I don't care if it's brushing my teeth to saying hello to someone at the supermarket. Isn't that a beautiful thought? Let your actions, every action that you have, in one way or another, benefit all living, all life. If I can do that, if I can extend myself and not expect someone to pat me on the back or anything like that for doing something that is as natural as breathing. I knew of a person one time that he held the door open for a girl, and when he held the door open, she walked through, and he looked at me and he was really angry. He said, "I can't believe it." I said, "What?" And he said, "Did you see that?" And I said, "What?" He said, I held the door open for that girl." And I said, "Yeah?" And she said, she didn't even thank me. And I said, "So what are you saying? Your happiness depended on whether or not she acknowledged the fact that you held the door open for her? Maybe you're holding the door open for the wrong reasons. Maybe we should hold the door open for someone because it's just a kind gesture. Or maybe because I'm a gentleman. And if she says thank you, well, that's fantastic. Instead of being attached to all the actions that I do, instead of being attached, putting so much importance to all the actions that you do and the world does, let me take things step by step and very simply for myself. What can I do? What can I do? I can breathe. I can smile. I can extend myself in one way or another to my fellow man and to all living things, and realize that in the heart of all of this is the still point, is nothing, is everything, is peace and clarity. Take some time before you enter a supermarket, before you get in your car, before you go to work, before you pour yourself a cup of coffee. Take a couple minutes to just breathe simply and focus on that. And feel the natural compassion and the natural inert generosity that we all have. We all have it. We've had that inert, that generosity has been there since before we were born in our consciousness. Tap into that. It's a fantastic thing. We all have it. I don't care how miserable your life is or how fantastic your life is. In there, you have a natural wellspring of compassion and love that we can draw from. Breathe, focus on it, and give it. This is Bhodi Daishin, the Italian Buddhist. You can reach me at Bhodi, B-H-O-D-I, at ItalianBuddhist.com, or go to www.ItalianBuddhist.com. Have a great one. Namaste.